What's up guys, it's Denodon here, and today I am back in Kinetic Void where I am doing a different bit of a video this time, where I am trying to rebuild the cruiser that you guys saw in a video I did almost a year ago now actually in this game. Now unfortunately I don't appear to have that ship anymore, so I'm going to have to start building it from scratch, but I do have the original video up on my second monitor to use as reference. But anyway, let's get started. So we've got the basic cube. Now we need to build the cockpit. Now we've got to find the right cockpit first. I believe it was this one. So I'll link the video actually for this one if you want. So for you guys that want to see it. So we'll stick that on like that. Now I'm not going to do the same paint scheme because I think that's going to be impossible because, you know, I just kind of drag the sliders. But I'm kind of interested in seeing, you know, how would that design have worked in the current game. So I don't know which one of these we use. We use something like that, I believe. So I'm just going to stick one of them on the middle somewhere. I'm working a bit too far away in the distance, as you can see. But if we look around here, yes, that is centered enough. Let's just bring that in. I don't know if I did that or not in the original, but like I said, who cares? We're doing it new anyway. Also notice my credits, because this is in the same save as our battleships, so... yeah, a bit expensive that was to repair. But anyway, let's find... what's this one? That's not the same one. If I remember right, the one we used had some sort of like triangle pattern on it. So it's not those, it's not those. I think it was those, so let's put some symmetry on. Now, if I remember, we had these sort of like on the sides to sort of, you know, thicken it up around the nose a bit. So yeah, something like that. We'll bring them in a bit. We've got a few better tools now since last time. Oh, and we've got the paint from the servitude all of a sudden. That's interesting. Yeah, so, next bit along, we've got to add what actually made the sort of hull. I think we used these. Yeah, we used these. I remember because they were ugly looking things on their own. So let's stick one like that. And actually, were they these? I'm pretty sure they were these, but looking at the video, they may be slightly different. Unless there's different versions, but I don't see any other versions on the side here, so it doesn't matter, we're going with these now. We can have some differences. I think that's aligned. It's actually really hard to tell. Yeah, that's aligned. It's not aligned in height though, so let's move that down a little. And yeah, so basically this is just another video to show you guys actually building something in this, because, you know, the last couple of videos I've edited this bit out, so because I've been trying to do shorter videos because, well, they're a lot easier on my internet, because, you know, I live in Australia where reasonable internet doesn't exist. But there we go, that was that bit. Now we have big like flat panel things on the side and the back, but if I remember right, they were another size larger, so... the sizes of parts have been adjusted since then, so they may not work right anymore. No, actually that may still fit, so let's stick that on the back. Yeah, that looks okay, I think. And yeah, I aim on putting this one up on the workshop, so after this video goes up, it should be up as well on my workshop page. I'm not sure, but like you say, hopefully it will be. And then you guys can try it out and see just how bad it is, because it's inevitably going to be bad. And it's lost its paint again. But anyway, that's that bit. Now we got to add the panels, don't we? I don't remember what we made them out of. Were they these things? I think they were these things, yeah, because we had like two big ones on the side that I wanted to use to put weapons on or something. Did I end up putting weapons on them? I honestly don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I would have. So let's just stick them somewhere around there, right? Then we'll move those in. I think I had them something like that. So I think that was the basic, you know, shape of the ship. So, oh, we've got different lining again. It's strange, I don't know why it's done that, but it has. Now, of course, we've got to give this engines. Now, I don't remember what engines we used on it. I know we had this one, I believe, but... not that size, that's a bit too big. Let's go with a size 3. That one fits, so yeah, I believe we used that one sort of sunk in the middle. Let's just bring that in so it doesn't stick out so much. There we go. Oh, I sunk that in too much. You can't actually see the engine, so modify. Let's bring that back out. That's far enough in, so there's that engine. And then we had, I think, these ones, didn't we? Like these spiky engine 7 ones, so let's add a couple of them. If I remember right, they were on the side. Not sure why it's facing the wrong way. There we go. Yep, we'll have them there, sink them in a bit. Actually, it looks kind of like a Bengal from, what's it called? Star Citizen, if I had them. What can I say? What's that called? You know, I've done just a few videos in that. I should know what it's called by this point. Oh well. Let's stick this in here somewhere. There we go. Now you can see I'm just using the nodes basic system, so just, you know, make it work really. Hitting space to confirm it, C is to clear it. And I don't know, should I do a proper video in this? You guys let me know if I should do another proper one at some point. Because, you know, I do like this game. I haven't played it in a bit, but that's simply because I've been kind of busy with other games. Like, you've got games like, obviously, Star Citizen, and you've had City Skylines that I've been playing a lot of lately. I don't know if you guys want to see a video in that as well. And then also a bunch of older games like Sins of a Solar Empire. Brilliant game, but I have absolutely no idea how to do a video in it, because, you know, it'd be effectively impossible. But yeah, so that's the basic shape of the ship as far as I can remember. It looks pretty similar from memory. And like I say, the reference image doesn't actually have the ship with guns or anything on it, but if I remember right, I had guns on all 4 corners of this bit, on the top and bottom, so let's go and add those. What ones were they? Were they these dome ones? I think so. Were they these? Yeah, I believe they were those, but I don't like the arcs on those anymore. They seem to be a little worse compared to some of the other weapons, like those have got full arcs of fire, but they're also too large, so I could always stick them on there, maybe. I could stick them on there. Is that going to stick out through the bottom of the hull too much though? Oh no, not really. I'm just gonna let's just stick that. Actually, we'll stick these on top. These will be our big main guns sort of thing. These are our biggest firepower, so gotta have them in a good position where they can fire from every direction. So there we go. Should we make that center with the ship? That looks a bit silly like that, doesn't it? But I don't know. There we go, we'll add that, and then we'll add another one on the bottom. Same thing, let's spin it around. I should really have changed this up from 5 degrees. You can probably hear my keyboard. There we go. I think that's on straight. No, that's not straight. So let's modify that again. We have to attach it, then modify it. And then let's rotate it a bit. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's okay, that'll do. It's not in the right position though there, so let's move that back a little. Is that about aligned? More or less. Let's just modify it again and move it in, because I didn't move it in enough. And yeah, so I apologize for this video being a little slow. Like I said, it's just me trying to rebuild something I built ages ago, so it's not really anything exciting or new. It's just me building a ship. So let's use these weapons this time, and let's increase the rate of turning. Oops, I didn't want to place them there, so click C to clear it. Let's turn them around. There we go, we'll have 2 like that. Yep, that's fine. Then we'll have 2 here. These will face backwards by default. Now we'll have the same thing on the underside, so we'll have, because we've got to give full arcs of fire or something like that, don't we? We've got to have those like that, but they're rotated the wrong way, so let's change that. Put that back to 5, fine adjustment. Is that okay? No, that's not okay. That okay? Yeah, that'll do. So we've got those. They're at a bit of an angle, but I don't really mind too much. As long as they're firing straight, that's all that really matters to me. That sounds like a song, doesn't it? Wasn't that a Queen song? Yeah, I'm just using the words wrong, aren't I? Oh well. Those are really lopsided. I'm gonna have to modify that. Let's move that out to make it level. Do the same on the other side, because this is where my OCD is kicking in. I've got to make them even enough. I mean, they don't have to be perfect, they just have to be close enough. Like, that's sticking out a fair bit, that's sticking out a bit less, so let's modify that. Oh, my voice sounds a bit different today. Well, it is pretty late at night, so I'm also speaking more softly than normal, because, well, family's asleep and I'd rather not wake them up, because then it would not be good. But yeah, so that's all our weapons. Those are in line more or less, that'll do. So those are our weapon hardpoints. Now, what did we have on it? I believe we had lasers, didn't we? So let's go subsystems. Now we have to deal with this time, which we didn't last time. Let's go a military controller, that should be fine. Let's close that. We need a decent reactor. Let's just put, I don't know, one of the better ones in initially and we'll figure it out from there. Kinetic fields, I'd like a good kinetic field. I mean, always do. So we'll go with, I don't know, but we also want to kind of keep its mass down, because see, look at the mass difference there. Let's go with that. We want this ship to be fast, don't we? Long range sensor suite, what are the ranges on these? Yeah, I'll go with the slightly smaller one because it weighs a bit less. And then we'll put a good recharger on this because, well, we need it. Let's bring out our ship information just so we know what we're dealing with here. So we've got decent enough strength. Now let's add in our engine systems first. So always put the best engine, that's just what I do. So best engine. I don't know why they give you the other options when you can just stick the best engine in there. Because I like the speed, and hopefully that gives us speed. It gives us 81k of forward thrust, which should hopefully be alright. Now for these small guns on the corners, what do we want to arm them with? Let's have a look. We've got all these different sorts. Kinetic accelerator does 720 damage, 16km range. I want something that's got pretty long range, because, you know, that seems to be my problem with stuff like, the battleship before. See, that's got 25 kilometers, but it's only got 54 damage, so it's, pretty weak. That's EMP, that's thermal. I think I'm just actually going to go stick with an EMP, because I don't see those being used often. So most of the ships I notice seem to be weak to EMP, so maybe that'll be a good thing. Maybe it's a horrible idea and I really shouldn't be doing it, but I'm doing it, so I don't know. Let's try it out and see. Alright, quick edit there, just filled out the rest of these because, well, you don't want to see me clicking the same thing over and over and over again. I'm pretty sure that's not very exciting. But now we've got to decide what are we putting on our big guns. Now we want something really heavy hitting on these. So the salvage beam get totally going to work. Quad kinetic repeaters, these are all, again though, short range, so I'm not sure what I want to stick on them. Kinetic accelerator 2.16, kinetic burst, dual kinetic rail cannon does 16, but it does a lot of damage. That does 16 kilometers, 16 kilometers, 16 kilometers. It seems like the longer range weapons are like the lasers, but they also all seem to do quite weak damage. Oh, there's my chair. So let's pick a good weapon. What do we want? I think I want to go actually with the rail cannon, I think. Yeah, let's just go with the rail cannon. Why not? Let's just put a big gun on it. Hopefully that does something. Okay, so active systems. We've got these to deal with now. We didn't have these before. Let's stick on shield repair and hull repair because those are always useful. Where's the other hull repair? Is that the best one I can fit? Really? Is that the best one I can fit? There's no better one? Or am I missing it? No, that seems to be it, so I'll stick that one on there. Oh, I guess actually, yeah, that's what's going on, is I've got to deal with hull space on this one, not like the battleship. So let's just stick, yeah, 9. And then we'll stick the boost one, because that actually proved quite useful, didn't it? Where was that? That's this one, wasn't it? Propulsion overload. Overload. There we go, that's the word I'm trying to think of. Okay, so for hull systems, let's just see. We've got no resistances to anything at the moment, so let's just put some basic plating on, shall we? Let's go with absorption. Absorption does thermal and EMP, that's not too bad. Reflective plating does just thermal. Compound does kinetic and EMP. And we've got ballistic plating that does just kinetic. So we put absorption on and we put some compound on. That gives some good EMP resist. We got some kinetic in that. I think that'll be enough armor. I don't want to arm it to the teeth because that's probably going to be too much. But there we go. We've got some resistances. We've got decent rechargeability. We've got way more power than we need, so I can actually probably fit a smaller reactor on here. Let's find a smaller reactor. Will that one do? That one will do nicely. That's actually a bit too much still, but I don't know, I'll leave it there for extra reasons or something. So let's go to paint now. Let's just give this some sort of a paint scheme. Color profile, I don't know. These are like default ones, I believe. And then whatever ones you've made, so I don't think I've made any that I've liked enough to save. So let's just have a look at these. What have we got? I don't know, let's just go all white and let's just do on something our own. Still have to double click on that, which I don't like. Yeah, anyway, let's pick what color lights we want. The original was green, so let's go green. And other than that, I don't remember. Like, it had a reddish sort of color, didn't it? So, but it was like a deeper red, maybe that. So we'll go that. And I remember it had sort of like an orangey brown in sections. So something like that, maybe? I don't know, we'll go with that. And for the final color, I think it was just sort of a greyish color. I don't remember, we'll just go with that. And then for the rest of the hull, we'll just go with more darker reds, because, you know, the darker reds can look nice as well. Let's just stick it like that, stick it like that. I built a lot of red ships, I've noticed. That's kind of maybe concerning. I don't know, we'll stick this one as sort of this orange copper. Actually, I'm going to adjust this color a bit because that orange is too much. So there we go. We've got an interesting looking ship. Now, what paint style? We can do flames, which actually makes it look kind of cool in a weird way. We've got Razzle Dazzle, which does that. And we've got the camouflage, which does that. Now, I tend to use the camouflage a lot, but I think for this one, I'm going to go with the flames, simply because that looks really strange, and I kind of like that. So, finally, let's just go to the weapons. I've got to remember we actually access them Weapon Manager. And set them all to be offensive weapons, because, well, they are all going to be offensive weapons. I mean, let's face it, that's how I play this game. So there we go, now let's give it a name. It's a frigate this time, not a cruiser. So, I guess that's because I reduced the armor. So, let's call it the Rebuilt Cruiser. Oh, I can't do dots, can I? Rebuilt Cruiser. Yeah. There we go, so let's save that. There we go, let's save it. And now let's give it a quick test to see if it actually works. Alright, so we're loaded up in the level. The UI looks a lot different to what it does when this ship was first built. And I don't know where we are. We are in some sort of blue space, but that's alright. Let's throttle ourselves up. We've got the nice engine effects, and we seem to have decent enough forward speed. I mean, it's not amazing, but for a larger ship, that's pretty respectable, and that's without boost. Now, pitch. Oh, all the weapons come out because a guy jumped in. Where is he? Over there. He's well out of range, but he's sort of, you know, over there, I guess. But yeah, pitch is a little slow. The roll is not terribly great either, but the yaw is pretty good, so I suppose it's because we've got more engine power on the yaw than anything else. So let's just do it for a quick test. Let's warp to this guy and see how these weapons actually do. 'Cause, you know, hopefully they do pretty well. They should do. Here's a small ship, and these are some big weapons. And the smaller ones have got good arcs. These can all fire in every direction. I don't know why they just, like, unfolded and retracted at the same time. Unfolded and retracted? Good on your brain. But yeah, this is actually taking quite a while to jump. I mean, come on. Are we not going to arrive yet? Come on. Come on. We've got shield. Oh, here we go. Firing on him straight away, and he's dead. That fast. Doesn't seem really worth it, does it? But yeah, that works. So I think I'll put this on the workshop. So, you know, you guys can see. Look at all those asteroids over there. Look at those guns fold away in their interesting way. And yeah, so this is the rebuilt cruiser. Yeah. Which will go up on the workshop, like I said. And this video's, sorry about it being a little quiet, maybe a little less enthusiastic than normal, and a little quiet. Well, I already said that, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just something different. I mean, I know you guys like Kinetic Void, I like the game, so I thought, why not try rebuilding the ship that we had before? And now, as we've got this guy in a frigate who's jumped in and heading towards us, I'll say, I'm Denodon, this is Kinetic Void, safe landings.